Okay, so yeah, short sleeve shirt. Pretty nice out there today, about 70 degrees. Don't think it'll last, but we'll take it. We're still in March, getting towards the end. Last 2 years we haven't had much snow in March. So what I got here is on this 8.6 Extreme V, which is a Fisher. Yeah, it says right there, see? 8.6 Extreme V. So what we have is a couple broken springs. Now these are the first springs that I've ever replaced on any of the V's I've had. So, and right on cue, if there's the phone always rings, but yeah, we'll get around that. So what I'm going to do is basically, I took the hot wrench, and this one was still somewhat holding together, so I just nipped it in a couple spots to relieve the pressure so I could take it out, take the bolt off the bottom. The other one, I didn't have to relieve any pressure on it, it had already broken. So there was two of them. And what causes this a lot of times is hitting curbs or plowing and hitting a frozen chunk or a rock in the driveway. We have a couple driveways that are pretty tough. I think you've seen this truck probably on a couple of those driveways before. If they didn't have rocks protruding out of the ground, they'd be rough. So they're pretty rough. They aren't smooth at all. So I'm not saying that did it, but these can snap back, and when they do, they can do this. So this is the blade that I put a new castle nut on and a weeper not too long ago. Instead of changing the cylinder, it was just a weeper that was bad. It was dripping hydraulic fluid on the ground every time I used it. Just a couple little drips, just annoying. So we took care of that. So what I have is, this is a spring remover tool, and it basically, you set this, well, let's use a spring that's already still attached. So you would set this over this, and then a bolt goes through here in the top of the spring, and then you crank this down, which pulls the spring up, and they have various little pins, and you put the pin in there, and that compresses the spring for you. Then you can release it and take it out. Now on this case, these are already fully assembled, so I will be putting this spring into its holder, basically, and I will put this tool on top of it, raise it up, put the bolt in it, and then compress this spring, take the pin out of it, and then I will slowly let it down till the bolt lines up through the hole. I'll put this bolt back through it and tighten it up, then I can release this tool again. So tightening this at the top brings this up or down on the side, which pulls it up and takes the pressure off the spring. Okay, so I'll show you when I'm done, and we'll check it out when we're all through. Thanks for subscribing, commenting, and yeah, hopefully getting that 50 in here today and start ripping and tearing on it. Okay, see you soon.